Hey all, Brian here from quantlabs.net as I move into Swift. Finally, out of, I don't know, 5, 6 different attempts over a full day trying to get this Swift and Redis to talk to each other, I finally found something that actually works. And of all places, it came from IBM, who are a big supporter of Swift for their cloud product Mix. And this seems to work okay, finally. Okay, so when you expanded the GitHub, uh, the big problem with all these other monkey-brained libraries, they just don't know how to properly document. This one works uh, great. Okay, all you got to do is I put up a bunch of notes on how to work with Swift and some links that I think are somewhat important here and at swift.org as well. So you may want to go through those. Now, pertaining to the actual library here called Katura Redis, all you got to do is Swift build, get your Redis server, and I've got this require pass working, and run Swift test. That's it, and it works out of the gate, which we like. So here, if I break this Redis, you'll notice here I've got Redis, but it requires, so any client connecting into it, obviously with the Swift client will need this password. So you set that session up or instance up, and in here, what you have in, and this is all explained in this GitHub README, and when you look at the files here, you have this file here called password, and that's all, as I said, that's all explained in the GitHub README. So if you do an edit on the password text file, obviously that's the password that's matched against the Redis instance, so it works. So when I run my Swift test, as hinted here, everything runs fine. So even though this is not really much of a bitch to set up, it's just trying to get it working from a newbie's point of view was difficult. And you can see here it says passed. It's running various tests against Redis, the session. So it is working. I'll let it run and finish off itself. There's a variety of examples here now that we got it running, which is good. And then what I'll do is I will break this and try to run it again. And you'll see, so if I break this instance and then try to rerun the test, see it says could not connect to Redis. Okay, fine. So if I relaunch it, so you know they're talking to each other. There you go. So everything's running fine, and that's all cool. So we're going to try something else and see where we go from there. Hey everybody, Brian again from quantlabs.net. Okay, so let's take a look at, I just showed you how to manipulate Swift, creating Redis on the command line and then terminal. So what we're going to try to do here is a little different. Here's the source code that we're going to run. Now, being a newbie in Swift, I'm going to name this file, the Swift file, called main.swift, and that's going to run and build and create your executable by default. So if you go in these basic notes here, what you want to look for is this little command here where it says Swift package generate Xcode project, and then that will create a Xcode project file for you. So if I go into my main top level folder here, this is what we generate using that command. Okay, so now you can open this project within Xcode. So let's see, where's my Xcode? So here we are. So here's Xcode right now. Now, what I've done here is I've created that main Swift in the sources folder under Swift Redis. So it resides here. So when I build, it will build out an executable called Swift Redis. Okay. So let me just show you the build. Build succeeded. Now, one thing I just learned is here, sometimes I've had problems where you have your so-called module missing on the import here. So this is where you add it. I'm not sure how to add it yet, but your target membership, you add your project here. So that's cool. But that's what you'd have to look for to how to figure out how to add that. Now, just so everybody knows, I'm using Xcode 8.1 and I'm using Swift 3 because going from Swift 2 to Swift 3 ain't a pretty picture. It's like a completely different language, and when it tries to, and it seems you can only really work in Swift 2.3 or Swift 3, and you can't go with earlier versions of that. So when you load in a Swift file or project that's written in a prior version, Xcode will try to convert the project for you into, let's say, Swift 3. And being, again, a newbie in Swift, you're going to get all these error messages, so you get a failed conversion. So it's not a happy process to go through. So I'm just letting you know about that and just trying to highlight things that I'm coming across. All right, so we've got the main Swift. We've got it building. And let's see if it actually runs. See, I have to figure out. So under products, we have here this project here, which means it's an executable. I'm sure I can run it within open as, I can't remember how it's done, but you know, I got to get more comfortable with Xcode. No different than the early days with Visual Studio, of course. So okay, so we've talked about this, the server running for Redis, and then in here, this is the folder we're at the Katura, at the top level, Katura Redis. So just to show you the structure of things, if you go into .build, debug, okay, and then you'll see here you have that executable that I was talking about called Swift Redis, and there it runs. Okay. So here you go. It said connected to Redis, and then somewhere it said active Redis listening. I guess that's what we're looking for in terms of messages. Redis on Swift, but it does seem to work okay. So if I break this, rerun it, obviously can't connect. There we go, running, and now we can run it. Okay, so still lots to do, but some success so far, which is good. And I'm kind of happy about it. The key here is to find good projects within GitHub that are actually fully documented and running. Like I said, a lot of the other people out there put their stuff out there, but they just take a large assumption that newbies are going to figure it out. But guess what? Most of the time it's not. So in my case, when you look at a Google search of Swift Redis GitHub, you can see why this Katura Redis is number one, because I got it running, and that's key. And now, because I got it connected and running, I can probably do some other stuff within this file here and just play around with Swift and some of the calls and whatnot that Swift can do. So I just want to show that to you, and it's kind of important. It is another breakthrough and looking at the other package of the Telerik for the GUI graphical user interface libraries, connecting the two, I'm pretty well on my way to writing uh, Swift applications or iOS applications now that connect into Swift with some kind of interface on a iOS device, and I'm good to go. All right, so I just wanted to let you know about that. So this is another breakthrough, I guess. I'll talk to you later.